Madonna said the first man she regretted being with was the one who burned too bright too soon. He was a fictional musician she met in the early days of her career, full of energy, charm, and reckless passion. From the first moment, their connection was electric, intense, thrilling, and all-consuming. Every glance, every touch, every conversation made her feel alive in ways she had never experienced before. She admitted that this love felt like a whirlwind. Nights were long, filled with laughter, music, and desire. The intensity was intoxicating, and for a time, she thought it could last forever. But passion, she realized, doesn't always come with stability. Their emotions were extreme, swinging from fiery excitement to deep tension in moments. Madonna learned quickly that such intensity can be thrilling but also exhausting, leaving little room for reason or reflection. She said this first relationship taught her about heartbreak in its rawest form. When it ended abruptly, she felt a void that seemed impossible to fill. Yet, that heartbreak also fueled her creativity. She channeled every ounce of emotion into her music, using the pain to write songs full of raw honesty and power. The experience showed her that even when love fails, it can leave a mark that inspires and strengthens. Madonna reflected on how this man revealed both her vulnerability and her resilience. She had opened her heart completely, allowing herself to feel fully, and in doing so, she had discovered her own emotional depth. Though the relationship ended in regret, it taught her the first lesson of many in love. Passion can ignite, but it can also consume if not tempered with understanding and self-awareness. Fans were stunned when she spoke about this hidden chapter. Behind the glamorous image of Madonna, they saw a woman who had experienced the thrill and pain of love, learning lessons the hard way. She promised that the next man on her list would bring a different kind of lesson, one that challenged her ambitions, tested her priorities, and shaped the way she approached both love and career. Madonna said the second man she regretted being with was the one who distracted her from her true path. He was a fictional director she met during the early stages of her rise to fame. Charismatic, intelligent, and persuasive, he seemed perfect at first, but she soon realized that his ambitions often overshadowed her own, and being with him meant compromising the dreams she had worked so hard to build. She explained that this relationship was a constant balancing act. While he encouraged her in some ways, he also pulled her attention toward his projects, his desires, and his needs. Madonna found herself torn between supporting him and following her own aspirations. At first, she tried to manage both, believing she could succeed in love and career simultaneously. But over time, she discovered that love should never demand the sacrifice of your identity or goals. This affair taught her the importance of self-prioritization. Madonna said she realized that ambition and love can coexist, but one must not overshadow the other. She learned that a partner should inspire and elevate you, not divert your energy away from the life you are building. The lessons she took from this relationship became invaluable, helping her navigate future romances with clarity and discernment. She admitted that letting him go was painful. There were moments of doubt, longing, and questioning whether she had made the right choice, but leaving allowed her to focus fully on her career, her music, and her personal growth. Madonna said that the pain of this breakup was temporary, but the clarity and strength she gained would last a lifetime. Fans were surprised when she revealed this hidden chapter. It wasn't just about romance. It was about learning the delicate balance between love and ambition, and understanding when a relationship becomes a distraction rather than a source of support. She hinted that the next man she regretted being with would teach her another lesson entirely, this time about deception, trust, and the importance of listening to her instincts. Madonna promised that each man on this list shaped her in unique ways, leaving her stronger, wiser, and more in tune with her own needs. The next chapter, she said, would reveal a man whose charm was intoxicating but ultimately misleading, and the heartbreak that came from misplaced trust. Madonna said the third man she regretted being with was the one whose charm was intoxicating, but ultimately it was deceptive. He was a fictional actor, confident, smooth, and seemingly perfect on the surface. Everyone around them admired him, and at first, Madonna was completely drawn in by his wit, attention, and charisma. She explained that being with him felt like stepping into a dream. He knew just what to say, how to make her feel special, and how to make ordinary moments unforgettable. For a while, she believed she had found someone who understood her entirely, who matched her ambition, her energy, and her creativity. Every date, every conversation felt like magic, but soon the cracks began to show. Madonna realized that his charm was often a mask for dishonesty. He said things that weren't entirely true, promised things he couldn't deliver, and sometimes manipulated situations to his advantage. At first, she ignored the signs, believing the love and connection they shared could overcome any flaws. But she learned the hard way that love built on deception can only lead to heartbreak. She admitted that letting him go was one of the most difficult experiences of her life. The attraction, the passion, and the excitement made walking away almost unbearable. Yet, the heartbreak taught her a vital lesson. Intuition matters, and ignoring red flags can have consequences. Madonna said this experience strengthened her judgment, sharpened her instincts, and made her more discerning in future relationships. This affair also influenced her music. Songs written during and after this period carried a blend of longing, disappointment, and clarity. She poured her emotions into lyrics and performances, turning the pain of misplaced trust into powerful art that resonated with millions. Fans were shocked when she shared this story. They realized that even someone as legendary as Madonna had been deceived, learning the painful lesson that not all love is as it seems. She hinted that the next man she regretted being with would reveal a more turbulent, emotionally charged relationship, one filled with jealousy, rivalry, and intense emotions that tested her boundaries in ways she hadn't experienced before. Madonna promised that each regretful relationship taught her lessons she could carry forward, shaping the woman, artist, and icon she became. Madonna said the fourth man she regretted being with was the one who brought intense passion, but also jealousy, rivalry, and emotional turbulence. He was a fictional musician and contemporary in her world, talented and confident, someone who could match her energy on stage and in life. At first, their connection felt exciting, challenging, and intoxicating. She explained that being with him was like riding a roller coaster. Every moment was charged with emotion, every conversation sparked debates, and every encounter left her exhilarated or frustrated. He challenged her fiercely, pushing her to defend her choices and express her feelings boldly. While this made their love exciting, it also created tension that she hadn't experienced before. Madonna admitted that jealousy and competition became central to their relationship. She would feel pangs of insecurity when he gave attention to others, and he did the same when she focused on her career or collaborators. While their passion was undeniable, the emotional highs and lows became exhausting. She realized that love could be thrilling but also destructive if it was built on rivalry rather than mutual respect and trust. This relationship taught her a crucial lesson about boundaries and emotional balance. She said that being with someone who ignites strong emotions can be inspiring, but unchecked jealousy and competition can erode even the strongest connection. Madonna learned to recognize when passion turns into tension and when love requires calm, understanding, and respect rather than constant emotional sparring. Despite the turmoil, she admitted that their time together left an impact. The intensity of their connection inspired some of her boldest performances and most raw, emotional music. She channeled the love, anger, and longing into her songs, using the experience as fuel to create art that resonates with listeners who understand the complicated nature of relationships. Fans were amazed when she revealed this chapter. Behind the glamour, they saw a woman navigating fiery emotions, learning to balance desire, creativity, and personal boundaries. Madonna hinted that the next man she regretted being with would reveal the dangers of fame interfering in love, a relationship where her private life was compromised, teaching her the importance of protecting her heart amidst public attention. She promised that every relationship on this list, no matter how challenging, helped shape her wisdom, resilience, and self-awareness, guiding her toward the woman and artist she is today. Madonna said the fifth man she regretted being with was the one whose love was complicated by the glare of fame. He was a fictional celebrity, charming and admired, someone whose life seemed larger than her own. At first, their connection felt glamorous, exciting, and perfect for her whirlwind world. But soon, she realized that the spotlight brought hidden challenges she hadn't anticipated. She explained that being with a fellow celebrity was thrilling but exhausting. Every moment was scrutinized by fans, the media, and gossip columns. Private conversations became public speculation, and personal boundaries were constantly tested. Madonna said that while he seemed sincere, the pressures of fame and public image sometimes overshadowed their emotional connection. Their love became more about appearances and less about authenticity. This relationship taught her the importance of protecting her private life. Madonna said she learned that no matter how deep feelings are, external pressures can strain a relationship to the breaking point. Being in the public eye magnifies every mistake, every disagreement, and every moment of vulnerability. She realized she needed to establish clear boundaries and safeguard her heart from outside interference. Despite the challenges, she acknowledged that the affair gave her insight into herself. She became more aware of her own needs and the kind of partner who could genuinely support her amidst her fame. Madonna said she understood that love requires mutual respect and discretion, especially when the world is watching. This lesson was painful but essential for her personal growth. Fans were shocked when she shared this story. They realized that behind the legendary performances and iconic music, Madonna had faced relationships complicated by the pressures of celebrity. She hinted that the next man she regretted being with would teach her another important lesson, this time about emotional compatibility, the value of understanding, and the cost of mismatched priorities. Madonna concluded that every man on her list, whether they brought heartbreak, excitement, or challenge, had contributed to her growth. Each experience shaped her as a woman, an artist, and a force in the world of music. She reminded fans that love is not just about romance, it's about learning, resilience, and knowing your worth in every chapter of life. Madonna said the sixth man she regretted being with was affectionate and kind, but ultimately, he couldn't understand the core of who she was, her art, her passion, and her relentless drive. He was a fictional writer she met during a creative project. On the surface, he seemed perfect, thoughtful, loving, and supportive, but over time, she realized that emotional alignment in a relationship mattered as much as love itself. She explained that being with him felt safe and comforting at first. There were moments of laughter, care, and tenderness that she cherished. Yet she began to notice that while he adored her personally, he didn't fully appreciate the intensity of her work or the demands of her career. Her art, which was central to her identity, often left him feeling distant, confused, or even neglected. This relationship taught her a crucial lesson. Love alone isn't enough if your partner can't understand your passions. Madonna realized that emotional compatibility and shared vision are vital for a healthy, fulfilling relationship. She had learned through experience that being with someone who cannot meet you in your world creates quiet tension, no matter how kind or affectionate they may be. Despite the regret, she acknowledged the value of the experience. It helped her define what she truly needed in a partner, someone who could not only love her but also understand and respect her artistry and ambitions. This understanding shaped her choices in relationships afterward, giving her clarity and strength. Madonna admitted that letting him go was difficult. The comfort and care they shared made saying goodbye emotionally challenging, but she knew that remaining in a mismatched relationship would prevent her from thriving both personally and creatively. Walking away allowed her to honor herself, her art, and her dreams without compromise. Fans were struck by this revelation. They realized that even someone as legendary as Madonna had to navigate the complexities of emotional alignment, learning that love requires more than affection. It requires understanding, respect, and shared purpose. She hinted that the next man on her list would reveal a lesson in loyalty and trust, and the heartbreak of betrayal that helped her grow stronger and more discerning in love. Madonna emphasized that every regretful relationship was a teacher, helping her evolve into the resilient, independent, and self-aware woman and artist admired worldwide. Madonna said the seventh man she regretted being with was the charming but unfaithful lover. He was a fictional fellow artist, magnetic, confident, and seemingly devoted. At first, he appeared to be the perfect match, passionate, attentive, and exciting. Madonna was drawn to his energy, humor, and intensity, believing she had found someone who could match her spirit. She explained that their relationship started like a dream. Dates were filled with laughter, late-night conversations, and shared creative ideas. Every moment felt electric, and she trusted him deeply. But over time, cracks began to show. She discovered that his charm masked unfaithfulness, dishonesty, and emotional inconsistency. Madonna admitted that discovering this betrayal was painful and humiliating, a stark contrast to the excitement she had once felt. This affair taught her a critical lesson about loyalty and self-respect. She realized that no matter how much charm, passion, or excitement a person brings, a relationship cannot survive without trust and fidelity. Madonna said that betrayal is a hard teacher, but it sharpens intuition, strengthens boundaries, and makes a person more discerning in future relationships. She reflected on how this experience influenced her music. Songs written during this time carried a mix of pain, empowerment, and determination. She channeled heartbreak into creativity, turning disappointment into powerful performances that resonated with fans. Through this, she learned that personal setbacks can become a source of strength and artistic expression. Fans were stunned when she revealed this chapter, realizing that even someone as strong and independent as Madonna had faced betrayal. She emphasized that being deceived doesn't diminish a person. It teaches resilience, clarity, and the importance of prioritizing one's own worth in relationships. Madonna also said this affair marked a turning point in her love life. She understood that future relationships needed not only passion and compatibility, but also honesty, loyalty, and shared values. This realization prepared her for the final chapter, the eighth man, who, although he was a regret, ultimately helped her see the power and independence she possessed when she chose to walk away. She reminded fans that every regretful love leaves a lesson, and each experience, no matter how painful, shapes a stronger, wiser, and more self-aware individual. Madonna said the eighth man she regretted being with was the one who taught her the ultimate lesson. Sometimes the most important love is the one you give yourself. He was a fictional, influential figure in the entertainment world, charismatic, attentive, and seemingly perfect on the surface, but their relationship revealed deep incompatibilities that could not be overcome. She explained that being with him initially felt like destiny. He understood her fame, her creativity, and her drive, and at first it seemed they were perfectly aligned. But over time, Madonna realized that despite his understanding, they wanted fundamentally different things. His priorities, lifestyle, and approach to life conflicted with hers in ways that could not be reconciled. For the first time, she faced the truth that love alone cannot sustain a relationship if core values and visions don't match. This final affair, she said, taught her the power of independence and self-respect. Walking away was not easy, but it was necessary. Madonna learned that ending a relationship doesn't signify failure. It signifies strength, clarity, and courage. She realized that her happiness and fulfillment could not be dependent on someone else, no matter how charming or seemingly perfect they appeared. She reflected on the cumulative lessons of all 8 regrets. Each man, whether passionate, ambitious, deceptive, jealous, fame-driven, incompatible, or unfaithful, taught her something essential about love, life, and herself. The 8th man in particular reinforced the value of self-awareness, independence, and self-love. Madonna said that knowing when to walk away is as powerful as knowing when to stay, and that this wisdom had become a guiding force in both her personal life and career. Fans were inspired by her honesty. Behind the glitz and glamour of a legendary career, they saw a woman who had navigated love, heartbreak, and life's challenges with resilience and introspection. Madonna emphasized that regrets are not failures. They are lessons that shape strength, wisdom, and authenticity. She concluded that the story of these 8 men was not just about romance. It was a roadmap of emotional growth. Each relationship, whether painful or enlightening, led her closer to understanding herself, prioritizing her values, and embracing her independence. Madonna left fans with a message of empowerment. Love wisely, honor your heart, and never forget the strength found in standing alone when it is necessary.